Miles, man, isn't your ConBravo Noob Cube event happening like 15 minutes ago?
Noob Cube?
Frank, we're here at this place, ConBravo, and we're playing the Noob Cube. You're familiar with the Noob Cube, but you're not so familiar with ConBravo and the players here. What do you think it's going to be like cubing with the people from ConBravo?
Oh, I think it's just going to be a pretty easygoing cube, and I'm probably going to crush everybody. Like, it's going to be just going to be 3-0 or 4-0 or however many rounds we play is how many wins. Are you playing in the tournament?
I am playing in the tournament. And so is Frazier.
Add that one, add those two to the pile.
Hey everybody, I am Milo, and today we're doing a Noob Cube draft. So this cube is built from a variety of cards that were either mailed to me and requested to be put in the cube, or they're cards that I thought would be great in cube. So there's going to be a lot of interesting cards that you may not have seen before in cubes. I'm going to ask you some questions after we play. I'm going to see how you felt the cube ran, what cards were good, what cards were not so good, and we should have some fun. Every time you win a match, come over to Catherine, she'll give you a pack. And we're gonna play 3 round Swiss today. So I'm here with Quinn. Quinn is playing the Noob Cube here at ConBravo. Tell me about the draft today.
It was good. I started off first picking a Thunderbreak Regent, and then kind of went with other red cards, and then some more red cards, other things, and ended up being Jund, because you have to Jund them out. That's the only way to win, really.
So I'm here with Alejandra. This is your first time playing a cube. How did you find the draft?
I mean, I found that a little hard just because I don't know what strategy to use, or if there is any strategy. I was just kind of going off of what people were saying, some of the stuff I've read online, but it was probably the hardest part, because I don't know if I should use a couple of colors, just 2 colors, or just go mono as you sort of did. Yeah. But I think it's an okay deck. I think I'll just keep blaming it on the shuffling that I did.
You talk like somebody who's drafted a million times, because that's usually what people blame it on. Oh, shuffler, this is shuffle. I'm here with Victor. Are you familiar with the Noob Cube? Are you familiar with Cube?
I've done Cube a few times. I'm actually just getting back into Magic after a huge break. So,
when did you used to play Magic?
I started at Innistrad, and I kept going until Return to Rav. So, it's been about 2 or 3 years since I played.
Do you see any cards that you remember from back when you used to play? You're like, oh, look, that's still there.
Yeah, there was a ton in there. I was very happy to see an old school Hypnotic Spectre, just because I always played classic black.
So I'm here with Omer, and he's playing the Noob Cube at ConBravo. Tell me about your draft today.
Well, this was the second draft I ever drafted, and while I do play, I have played Magic for a while. This is like a new experience, so I enjoyed it quite a bit.
There's a lot of cards over the history of Magic, a lot of old cards and some new cards. Were there any that made you do a double take, or cards that you haven't seen before but you really like?
Yeah, he played it. Whenever you attack, you exile 3 of your creatures, and then immediately put them back, and it kind of threw me off.
Brago, yeah. King Eternal. That guy is mean. Yeah. He triggers all those enters the battlefield abilities again and again.
That's a bitch.
So I'm here with Ben. This is your first time playing the Noob Cube, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a history playing Cube?
Not really much. I've actually mostly just watched videos of people playing cubes, but haven't really played many cubes myself.
Tell me about the draft today. What did you draft, and how did your deck turn out?
Well, I drafted blue-black control, and I think it went pretty good. Although I did lose in the first match, but that was mostly because I had a Segu Mauler that I had to face up against, and those are really annoying. But anyways, I just have a lot of removal, and then like a few counter spells, and then some good late game creatures.
Frazier, we didn't have enough time to record an interview with you at ConBravo, but
They were kicking us out. They were kicking us out because we were just partying too hard. They're like, "Can you please go? We need to go home to our families." And we kind of obliged to them at the end of it. And it's okay, I guess, you know.
But you don't play a lot of Magic, and you were there playing the Noob Cube at ConBravo. Tell me about your draft. How'd your draft go?
It went really, it went better than I expected. It was kind of nice playing with a whole bunch of people I've never really got to meet before. You know, when I play with you or Frank, like who are also there, but we were at opposite ends of the table, and like everybody else I normally play with, you kind of draft against those players because you know what they normally play, and then I end up making a really terrible deck. But what happened when I was playing with this group of people, like no one I didn't even know, I kind of drafted the way I actually really wanted to draft, and I made it a very good deck that I was happy with. I was very happy with.
You actually made a deck that I've never seen before, and it involved a lot of the new cards from the new set. You built like a green-blue spirits deck, so you had like...
I did splash white, just a little bit, just to, because there was some spirit cards in white, but I didn't... Originally, I wasn't going spirit, and it just worked out that way, and it worked out really well when it went off, and it went off, except when I played against you.
How did you do?
I went 2-1, and the only loss I had was against you because your deck was just too fast. Like my deck is not, it wasn't a long range deck for playing like longer games. It wasn't a short range, it was like mid range.
What was like your favorite card in the deck? Maybe a card that you didn't think would be that good, but actually was?
There was one, and it won me 4. Actually, all 4 of my games. Like
wow.
I'm trying to remember the name. I'm really sorry.
What does it do?
It is a blue, a green, I think 4 colorless or 3 colorless was the
Sagu Mauler.
So good, so good. So it was morph, and then I flipped him. It's hexproof, and he's trample, and just he ran a train on people so bad because they tried to target him. Then I flipped it. I'm like, oh, it's 6 damage trample, and I can't target it. Shit. So he was my MVP of the deck.
If you could give people some tips, some of the people who are coming out and playing the Noob Cube today, what tips would you give them about the Noob Cube from all the information that you've gleaned over the years?
It would be hard because I don't know if people would necessarily understand, but draft cards that are consistent with each other and have a plan.
You've never been to one of these ConBravos before. People play Magic here. There's a marketplace. There's an arcade. Are you excited to check out some of the things here at ConBravo?
I'm really looking forward to seeing. I used to watch a TV show or like a web clip show called Pure Ownage, and I was really looking forward to seeing.
They're here.
FPS Doug and the owner.
Okay, cool.
I really hope we have time today.
There's a lot more to do here at ConBravo than play Magic. What were you doing here on Friday and Saturday? What were some of the things you saw or did?
Yeah, I did a lot of the marketplace. I've also been playing some board games here and there, and mostly a lot of shopping and then a couple of the panels, but I kind of like how it's really laid back compared to the other cons that I usually go to, the bigger ones. So I've kind of liked just walking around, being able to go in and out, and just enjoying the whole con.
In the morning, there was a panel from Brental Floss for the game he's making, Use Your Words. So I saw that, and that was really fun. The game looks really nice. Then later in the afternoon, there was the Chaos Draft that Loading Ready One was doing. I was there for that. I ended up going 3-0 in that even, so it was good.
And you got a Loading Ready One sweater on!
Yeah, I
Look
do.
at that!
Yeah.
I'm not interviewing your nipple, Quinn. I shouldn't be doing that. ConBravo is a really good convention in Ontario because it's super casual, laid back, relaxed. And at the same time, Noob Cube is a casual, relaxed environment as well. So both of those led to playing against or bringing in a bunch of cool, casual Magic players, and I think new friends maybe.
Yeah, I was talking. Well, actually, I played a game with Ben, who was playing in the Noob Cube, and his dad. It was a new game. It was like Epic Spellcasters while we were waiting for Frank's game to finish, and we learned that one fairly quickly, and it was really fun. I'm trying to remember who the other people I talked to. Like, who's the gentleman you played at the end? Victor. I talked to him quickly before he left, and he's like, yeah, I play video games as well, so he's going to add me on PSN. And then I believe her name is Alejandra?
Yeah.
She's going to add me on PSN as well, so it's just kind of crazy how things worked out. Everyone kind of walked in. We all just really were super chill, and it was probably one of my favorite times playing Magic in a long time.
Actually, today is my first day playing Magic in about 2 years, 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah. So this cube was like my refresher. So I forgot how much I missed it. So I think I'm gonna start doing more tournaments in Guelph.
The cube brought you back into Magic? You saw the event and you're like, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start playing Magic again?
Well, I just figured it's I have some free time. There's the cube, so I went in for it, and yeah, I just kind of missed Magic.
I did also do the Chaos draft yesterday, and that was really fun.
How did you do in the Chaos draft? What packs did you get to open?
Well, I got 2 conspiracy packs.
Oh, weird. It must be a conspiracy. What do you plan on drafting today?
I'm gonna try to draft a very fun deck. I'm gonna try to draft Ramp. Like, I'm gonna pretty aggressively draft Ramp. I don't know if the Noob Cube supports it. We'll probably find out.
What are some archetypes that you think are traps in the Noob Cube? What have you not seen work out very well?
Ramp.
So ConBravo has a lot going for it, not just Magic, and you got to experience some of ConBravo on the Saturday. What were some of the highlights for you?
I really love the arcade. I know Catherine said this in the Flock of Nerd video, but we played kind of rhythmic game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Poppin' music. So it was me versus her. I even played you in it, I think. And it's pretty much rhythmic whack-a-mole, and it is a lot of fun. We got to play Windjammers, which is like weird Tron, not even dodgeball because you want to catch it, but a frisbee game, which is really fun. Getting to watch the people like nail each other with Nerf darts in a little arena, and then the tabletop, and even getting to see the pure Ponage movie, which was awesome.
So if you want to check out Frazier's vlog about the event, you should definitely do that. Head over to Party Play Gaming. The link will be in the description of the video. For Frazier and everybody else at the Noob Cube at ConBravo, thanks for watching and take care, everybody. Bye. So you said you're from Israel. What's the Magic the Gathering community like there?
Non-existent. I mean,
You have like Shehar Shenhar is from there.
yeah, well, unless you live in real at the center, like in Tel Aviv, you don't really get to play Magic with actual cards.
And build a cube of your own. Start your own community.
Well, I'm not sure I'm up for that, but